Welcome. Welcome to my Spanish tutorial video. Here, I will teach you how to speak basic Spanish with moderate mastery. First off is introductions. I will introduce myself in English and then I will translate it to Spanish and I will show you how it is written in Spanish so you can use it yourself. Good day. How are you? My name is Harold Senas. That is for English. In Spanish, it's buen día. ¿Cómo estás? Mi nombre es Harold Senas. Now that I have introduced myself, I will now introduce other people. In English, I can say I have a mother, father, sister, and 3 dogs. In Spanish, it's tengo una madre, un padre, una hermana y 3 perros. Is Katniss. She is 2 years old. In Spanish, it's el nombre de mi perro es Katniss. Ella tiene 2 años. Buenos días, Katniss. Buenos días. Hello. So next in the tutorial is that we are gonna discuss Spanish articles. In Spanish, nouns don't like to be alone, so they are often accompanied by articles. Spanish articles indicate the gender, either masculine or feminine, and number, either singular or plural, of a noun, as well as whether or not a noun is a specific noun, either definite or indefinite. There are 4 definite articles in Spanish, and they often all translate to the same little word in English, the. There are also cases where they don't have a direct English translation, but help to indicate the gender and number of a noun. Here are 4 forms that Spanish definite articles take: number, gender, and form. They are either singular, masculine, el, then singular feminine la, plural masculine is los, and plural feminine is las. Now, we will discuss Spanish adjectives. Adjectives are frequently descriptive. That is, most often adjectives are used to describe a noun or distinguish the noun from a group of similar objects. For example, an adjective might describe the color of an object: the red pen, the blue pen. In Spanish, most adjectives change form, depending upon whether the word they modify is masculine or feminine. Notice the difference between the tall boy and the tall girl. El chico alto, la chica alta. Adjectives also change form depending whether the word they modify is singular or plural. Notice the difference between the tall boy and the tall boys, the tall girl and the tall girls. El chico alto, los chicos altos, la chica alta, las chicas alta. Many common adjectives end in O. These adjectives have 4 forms. The following words are tall, alto, alta, altos, altas. The correct form of adjective depends upon the noun that modifies it. The noun masculine is the noun feminine or masculine, singular or plural. Libro rojo, red book. Pluma roja, red pen. Libro rojos, red books. Plumas rojas, red pens. Notice how the endings of the nouns and these adjectives are similar. libro rojo, pluma roja, libros rojos, plumas rojas. Adjectives that end in "e" also change form for singular or plural. To form the plural, simply add "s". La chica inteligente, las chicas inteligentes. Adjectives that end in "e" do not, however, change form for masculine or feminine. For example, la chica inteligente, el chico inteligente, las chicas inteligentes, and los chicos inteligentes. Similarly, most adjectives that end in a consonant do change form for singular or plural, but do not change for masculine or feminine. To form the plural, add "es". La chica popular, el chico popular, las chicas populares, and los chicos populares. Now, we will discuss Spanish verbs. The first step is to look at whether the verb ends in "ar", "er", or "ir". While they won't be too different, the conjugations aren't exactly the same for each ending. Luckily, "er" and "ir" verbs share almost the same conjugations, so there are really only two categories of verbs endings to worry about. If the verb ends in "ar", the following endings will be added to what remains of the verb after the "ar" ending is dropped. If the verb ends in "er" or "ir", the following endings will be added to what remains of the verb after the "er" or "ir" ending is dropped. As you can see, the only difference between "er" and "ir" endings are in the nosotros as and vosotros as forms. In these forms, the "er" ending uses the letter "e", while the "ir" ending uses the letter "I". For nosotros as, if the verb ends in "er", it will become hemos, and if the verb ends in "ir", it will become imos. For vosotros as, if the verb ends in "er", it will become es, and if the verb ends in "ir", it will become is. Easy enough to remember. Plus, unless you're going to Spain, there's a good chance you'll never need the vosotros as form. Next in the tutorial are Spanish common greetings. Here is a list of useful Spanish greetings and introductions. Hola, hello. This is the most basic of greetings and can be combined with any other ones found below. Now, you can say Hola, buenos dias or Hola, buenas tardes. The H is silent. Number 2, Buenos dias, good morning. Literally meaning good day. It can also mean good morning. Buenos dias is usually used until noon. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. If you want to say good afternoon and it's 1 o'clock or later in the day, you can say buenas tardes. In Spain, it may be used until later in the evening, while in most Latin American countries and the Caribbean, it may be used until the sun goes down. Buenos noches, good evening. This phrase also means good night. Always be mindful of the context since you could be saying goodbye. ¿Cómo está? How are you? In the formal tense. This is a formal way of asking how someone is feeling. It's usually reserved for older people or those of authority as a sign of respect. ¿Cómo está? How are you? The S at the end indicates that you're talking to someone your same age or younger. ¿Cómo están? How are you? Plural. Greeting a group of people. The N at the end will indicate that you just said hello to everyone. ¿Qué tal? How's it going? For some, it may be informal, but in general, this question can be used with anyone in a non-business setting.